you're listening to Spawn, man. I'm Comic Tim. Yeah, man. West Coast Davengers. West Coast Davengers. Ah! Ah! West Coast Avengers. Welcome back to the West Coast Avengers. I'm your resident comic host, Dave. Comic expert, comic seller, comic enthusiast, comic reader, comic collector. Comics! A heartfelt thank you to everybody that is a new subscriber. You're in for a fun ride because this comic channel is not about top 10 lists. No. Not in my house. This is about the love of comics. Plus, I sell comics. But I only sell comics I love. You won't find acetate on this channel. Say no to acetate. If you are new here, subscribe. If you're not new here, well, unsubscribe and subscribe again. Just kidding. Don't do that. Hit the like button. Drop a comment down below. Tell me your feelings. Tell me all your thoughts about Turok. Every Wednesday, West Coast Wednesday for the cheap seats. West Coast! And Sunday Sit Down, my live shows. One's a sale and one's just a jam where I talk about comics. Book club this month is going to be Infinity Gauntlet by Jim Starlin, by Ron Lim, by George Perez. Boom! We're going to talk about the mega event that changed comics for us that grew up in the 90s. Plus, we're also going to talk about the differences between the book and the movie. That's right. It's going to be a big jam. So join me last Sunday of this month. Okay, so I took a trip down to the Bay Area very recently to hang out with friends and to go hunt comics. I usually love the flea market scene down in the Bay Area. Why don't we roll the footage of one of the biggest flea markets in California? West Coast Avengers. Here we are, Alameda Antique Fair. Once every couple months I like to come here and look for old things. Old things like comic books. So why don't you come with me to the land of antiques?
I mean, I found people with books.
You just didn't find anything that you wanted?
I bought some 100 Spawn stuff I think I showed you.
Oh, yeah, that's what you got. Or two. Any your comic cards? There's some here, but... It's the Spider-Man 30th set. This was the first box of comics that we came across. Mostly all 90s stuff with the key issues missing. First Bishop and First Omega Red. But when we got to the section of Supreme, as you'll see in a second, I taught Dave a little bit about Alan Moore's Supreme run, which I myself have not read, and I would love to.
Alan Moore wrote some Supreme?
A lot of it.
Really?
It's supposed to be really fucking good, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was like after Liefeld left, he would basically like left him the... Yeah, Moore wrote it for a couple years.
Oh, okay. Now I want to read Supreme.
Yeah, it's tough to find some of those books, though. What number of Alita was that? Go back. Okay.
Yeah. Image goodness.
Second Deadpool's in.
He covered prices things too. It's like all these different price on it. I bought a machine gun run from him, like 1 through 10. He kind of hooked it up a little bit.
That's cool.
What's up, man? How are you?
How much are the green price stickers? 10?
They're either 10 or 15, but I'll just do 10 bucks. No, I think those were 10, yeah.
We just the days it rains, like
Yeah. No one shows up. That's like,
yeah.
Do you need that one? 140. I was not prepared for what was about to happen next. It is 100% authentic and not scripted. And I just want to say a big shout out to Jason for saying hello. I need to give you a pin because that was my thing. It's like if somebody comes and sings that song to me, I have to give them something for free.
Spotted you and I'm like, buy the comic.
What's your name?
Jason.
Jason. Dave, nice to meet you, man.
to meet you,
Here.
too.
There you go.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Somebody sings the theme around me. I'm not allowed to just walk away. I have to give you something.
Well, it's actually because of you that I brought my headlamp, and I'm like, I guess we don't need it today.
Yeah.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, I said that to him. I
Come
was
a few
like,
months ago, and you'll need to have that.
Exactly.
yeah.
Before daylight, right?
Yeah.
Anything good around?
I mean, there's the first Frank Miller Art and Marvel right there, the John Carter, number 18. You know, only charge you $10 for it. It's a $35 book.
Okay.
Go for it, because I didn't. So I have one. But nice to meet you, man.
Yeah.
Nice to
Cheers,
meet you.
Jason.
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Gotham by Gaslight. It's the first Elseworlds. And a great story. Ooh, Arson.
2 books in there.
So it's a DC subscription book. I've never seen a DC subscription book before.
I need you to like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment, and hit the alerts. If you don't, the hounds of hell will chase you down and bring you to me.
Philadelphia. I was gonna read Philadelphia. Have you read Philadelphia?
I read the first trade or the first issue. I liked it. Do you have any Marvel cards, comic cards?
I don't know about Marvel. I have DC. This one has DC.
Oh, that's okay. All right, thank you. How much you asking for Mortal Kombat?
$15.
And I don't have a Genesis, but I love this fucking game.
Genesis right there, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I got both.
This was a bunch of tubs of comics that Dave had looked through before, and he said there was nothing in there, so I just gave it a very quick once-over to determine he was correct. It was all that very late 90s era and some mid-90s era stuff, but there was not a single book worth buying in there, which is kind of funny. And then these 2 boxes, you might have seen before the last time I was here and the time before it. This woman is selling her son's comics, but they're priced so high that they never sell. And they sit there forever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Get some more stuff from his friends.
Gotcha.
And stuff.
These UK newspaper strips are great.
Oh,
Oh, we had a lot of them. They've been kind of going. They're really cool.
You guys here last month?
You guys are at
The big
Deanza,
boxes?
right? You
My
guys
husband
do.
was yesterday. I was, and I had to be somewhere else.
I bought some
Right, it
stuff.
was yesterday, huh?
Yeah, I didn't end up going just because of the rain.
On the first win to go in the Sky
He,
Stack last
he
year.
said it was. They were discouraged in the morning, but
Uh-huh.
it ended up being one of his best days.
Oh,
Really?
good.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's all the rain brought it in.
I like monster things.
I'm a freak. I found this big collection. I've already got all of it.
Was there any comics in there?
No comic books. They're all magazines. That bin right below is more.
Yeah, Monsterama.
Rue Morgue and a bunch of different.
I like them more.
But there's a Jason Goes to Hell right there.
Oh, okay.
How much you asking on it?
A couple bucks.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's glow in the dark cover too. Dracula Lives. That's cool.
Yeah, well, he brought like color to like horror.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause horror was always dark and black and white.
Yeah.
But he like brought color to it and still made it scary. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
it was really cool.
How much? $2?
Yeah.
Cool. Did you find any Bernie Wrights and stuff in this collection?
No, I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah, me too.
No, not.
It's like eBay prices.
Oh, I remember this. I remember this.
This is one picked up.
Is it? Hard to telltale
Five
condition
by
on
five.
this. How much is your
How you doing?
Infinity Gauntlet trade paperback?
$10 each.
Red. Oh, is that Kozik? Yeah, it is. This is an old Kozik too. 94? Oh, this is a fucking great poster. I regret not buying this because I'm a big poster fan and I'm a Kozik fan, but 2 days after this he passed away and I'll probably never see this one again. Rest in peace to Frank Kozik, one of the greats. Oh, wait, what do you got here? What the fuck is this? When I saw the price on this, I almost choked. $140. Not for that kind of money. If it was $10, I'd buy it. Misa got 3 copies of the Phantom Menace. Misa happy. Misa muy happy. Out of curiosity, how much is that Joker shirt on the end over here? $125, yeah, from 1989. That's dope. Dave, what do you do when Silver Surfer's coming?
I guess you have to call.
You've got to cook it like this. Like I said, this is the first Frank Miller in Marvel. This is like third Killer Croc. You do 15 on these two? 18. 18.
That number.
Such a weird number, 18.
It's my lucky number, though. I like that number.
Oh, thank you.
Might have good luck the rest of the day.
These books were still there on the way back, so I bought them. Unfortunately, my phone wasn't recording for me digging through these comics, but I did pick up some good stuff. Any other comics that you didn't put out down here?
No, that is all the comics I have, actually.
All right. We'll grab these. So let's see.
Those
Okay,
are
so 3. This was in the 2. This was in the 2. And this was 3. This was one of these here. So I think that was $1. This was $1.
Yes.
And then this was another 2.
2.
West Coast Avengers. They're not as cool as the West Coast Avengers. We jumped over to another flea market, and one person had comics, and I knew that they were charging crazy prices, but I had to ask this question. How much are comics? On what? So, unfortunately, it wasn't that good this weekend. I did get some books. Honestly, overall, the weather kind of messed things up, and it seems like everybody's caught on to the game of some of these flea markets in the Bay Area. One of my theories that I worked out kind of in here and then verbally said is that in a post-COVID world, like 6 months after COVID and things started opening up, I think a lot of people had so much inventory to sell that all the good stuff came out and like people were just selling everything. And it's not just books, it's everything else too. But now that we're, almost 2 years past when everything kind of opened back up, I think everybody's comfortable going out and stuff gets bought up quick and people don't get as many new collections in. That could just be, me projecting, which is very possible. I am Professor X, aka Projector X. But let's take a look at some of the books I found. I only bought from 2 people because there were some dealers that I'm actually familiar with at this point that kind of price their books with eBay prices. And that's not a flea market. They're not the same thing, okay? eBay has a worldwide audience. You could charge prices and eventually somebody's going to buy it at that price. Dave pointed out a lot of these same dealers with the same books that don't lower their prices. You don't lower your prices, you don't sell your inventory. That's just how it works. One of the dudes that's actually pretty good with his books, I looked, I came back on the way back and picked up the 2 books that I kind of eyed. Detective Comics 525. I don't know where this falls into the canon of the first official Killer Croc, the second official Killer Croc. If you look up Killer Croc appearances, there's like 7 on his cameo and first appearances. But it's one of those books. And then along with that, I got the first Frank Miller published art in Marvel. That's John Carter, Warlord of Mars, number 18. This is my second copy. I'm going to take a look and see what my PC copy looks like. And then one will be for sale and one will be PC'd. It's funny because we saw these boxes on the way out and we didn't see them on the way in. Dave pulled out a Teen Titans 44 newsstand, first Nightwing, but I pulled out a little stack, including a Wonder Woman 202, which is part of the I Ching storyline where she loses her powers. I like the trade dress that's very 60s-ish, and I thought it was pretty cool. There's a star stamp on this, which probably means it was sold on a military base, even though it's not a Mark Jeweler variant. Picked that one up. Along with that, a couple of Marvel Team Up, number 9 and number 68, which is, I forget what the key is on this, but this is the first appearance of Despair. And then along with that was a Marvel Team Up 121 First Frogman, which I had in a Mark Jewelers and I sold, and now I have it in a direct. We figured that collection we were looking at probably had a Marvel Team Up 141 at some point and a Marvel Team Up 1 and all the other keys, but not everything was picked through, so it was cool. I think we paid like $2 and $3 a book. This is a Modern Comics reprint of Peacemaker number 2. Just a fantastic cover, and if you're not familiar with Peacemaker, it's one of those characters that James Gunn really did a great number on, casting John Cena as him in Suicide Squad. Then we got the Peacemaker series, and it's fantastic. I just love the look of the art from this era where Modern Comics was reprinting some of the early Charlton stuff, and to go along with that is Blue Beetle 3 for Modern Comics, which is just a reprint of the third Blue Beetle book. I got this from a dealer that had horror magazines, and I asked him if he had comics, and he said no, but we started flipping through all these Rue Morgue and Creepy and Eerie and all that stuff, and in between was this Friday the 13th Jason Goes to Hell number 1 glow-in-the-dark cover. Well, it's a classic cheesy-ass Friday the 13th movie that I absolutely love. I actually had the poster for this movie on my ceiling when I was a kid, the full-size movie poster, and it's Jason's mask in metal with like the demon snake going through the eye holes, and there's fire all in the background. Probably the best poster design for any of the Friday the 13th movies in that era, 6, 7, 8, 9, and Jason X and all that. I'm not even going to show this book off. Fuck Ethan Van Sciver. This one was the Alameda Antique Fair. It's been around a long time. It's been around decades. And every time I've gone, it's been okay, but it's never been great like what Dave was finding in the first 6 months after COVID when he started going to that flea market. And, some of the things he found there. He found Malibu Sun 13, the Spawn cover, for $1. He's found countless other great books there, but it's been a while since he's found anything good. But it was just a fun day walking around. It's great setting for a flea market, right on the docks, kind of overlooking San Francisco. So it's a beautiful setting for that. So I hope you enjoyed this video of me digging around. Let me know if I missed anything. Most likely, if I did, it's because it was priced too high. I didn't buy the Why the Last Man number 1 because I wasn't paying $125 for it. That's not a flea market price. Even if it was like $75, I would have bought it, but $100, and the person didn't want to budge. Please subscribe if you're not. Hit the like button. There's going to be more flea market videos coming this summer, more garage sale videos, collection videos, and stuff like that. It's just sometimes in the Northwest, it's hard to put out that content when it's raining. See you next week for another adventure on the West Coast Avengers. Comic book adventures, that's right, it's not loud. My name's Vinny.
Yeah, do you love me? I fucking love you.